Today is a very exciting day because I have the biggest haul that I have ever done on this channel, which I guess is not hard to beat because I only have posted one more haul video. So the bar is not that high, but it's a very big haul indeed. This haul is a mix of things that I bought myself and things that were given to me recently. So I decided why not combine everything together, film a nice haul for you, and then swatch everything. So let's jump into it right away. I'm first gonna start with the things that are too big to show you in a top view. After that, we'll switch to a top view. You'll have a better view of it, like the smaller items, but I'm gonna show you the biggest items first. I want to say right now, sorry in advance if you see that the lighting changes. I hope it won't change too much, but it's a sunny day. The sun is in and out, and yeah, that's what happens. The first thing I want to show you is something that my sister gave me. She's moving apartments and she's downsizing. So she's getting rid of a bunch of art materials that she never uses anymore. So she gave me this easel, which is well, it's big, but it's a small easel. But you can open it and put it on your table. And then you can move these parts quite high. So you can work on a big canvas with this. It's just it takes less space than a big easel, like the one that I have. So I decided that I'm going to keep this one and get rid of the small easel that I have because with this one I can work on a bigger painting. Then she gave me some of the old canvases that she had. She painted on them already, but I can just cover them with gesso and paint over top. So I have a bunch of canvases that are very big. I think I have about 4 big canvases and a couple of small ones that I won't show you. You know what they look like. They're just normal canvases, nothing too fancy. Another thing that I bought that I won't show you because it's too big, but I'm gonna do my best to describe to you so you can see it well in your head. So see this piece of paper. It's a watercolor paper. Well, imagine this, but this big. So I got a piece of watercolor paper. It's from the brand Arches. It's a 640 GSM watercolor paper, and it's, I think, 22 by 30 inches or something like that. It's really big, and I'm going to use it for a project that I have. And my goal with this project is to create a huge watercolor painting, an abstract watercolor painting that I'm going to frame and put on a wall in my bedroom. And while doing this project, I'm experimenting with colors, with textures. So I'm having a lot of fun. So I got this paper because first I got this one, which was a bigger sheet of paper that I cut in smaller rectangles. But turns out that it's not going to be this brand that I'm going to use because it's too thin and I'm going to use a lot of water, so the paper keeps warping. But the new one that I got, the Arches watercolor paper, is 640 GSM, which is more than this paper that I just showed you. It's a lot thicker, so I'm pretty sure it's going to work very well. Then another thing that I bought is this. So this is the Artistico Extra White 100% Cotton Cold Pressed Watercolor Block from Fabriano. It's a, what size is this? It's big. It's a 14 by 20 inches. It's 300 GSM. It contains 15 sheets. You know, I bought this big sheet of paper, but this one is for a specific project. So I wanted to be able to keep experimenting, keep creating original paintings, and my goal is to sell them eventually. This is not my job, so I'm not fooling myself into thinking that I'm gonna sell everything that I create, but it would be nice, and I want to keep that option open. So that's why I wanted to buy a block of watercolor paper, because I have trouble with stretching my paper. I've tried different techniques, none of them work too well, and I use a lot of water, so I need something that is already stretched, I think. So that's why I bought a watercolor block. They work quite well to reduce the buckling, the warping of the paper, so I'm pretty sure that this will work as fine as it can be, because after that I don't know what my options are. I think there's only 2 other things that I have to show you this way because they're too big, but then we'll go into the most exciting stuff. This is a paper pad. There's just a couple of sheets left. It was gifted to me. So it's a Yupo pad. It's a synthetic paper, so it's tree-free. Doesn't use trees, so that's great. And the texture is very smooth. It's kind of a bit plasticky, kind of. It's very strange because you can use watercolor on it, but the texture at first touch, you wouldn't think that you could use like inks or watercolors on top, because it doesn't feel like it's absorbent, but apparently you can, so I want to try it. Last thing that I got, and I'm gonna show you, is this. This is a Stay Wet palette. If you've watched one of my latest videos in which I painted an oil painting, I had this problem where it took me a lot of days to complete this painting, maybe a couple of weeks even. I would leave my paint on my palette for a couple of days and I would come back and it would be all dry, and I find this unfortunate because I feel like I'm wasting paint, but I can't really paint faster than this. So I ended up using some plastic wraps to tape on top of it, but then I thought that it was waste as well because I'm using lots of plastic. So I decided to get this Stay Wet palette. It's, well, you put your palette inside. And then when you're done painting, but you want to keep the paint wet, you just close the lid. So we'll try that for our next oil painting. Now I will meet you in top view for the rest. Alright, so here are all the things that I'm going to show you. This one being the most exciting. I'm going to keep this one for last, but I haven't even opened this box. I received it today. I was waiting for it the whole day, and yeah, so now we're waiting until the end to open this box. Why do I do this to myself? I don't know. Alright, so let's put things aside for now. These are Amsterdam acrylic inks. I have the one in Naphthol Red Deep and in Primary Cyan. If I read this correctly, these are light fast and I think semi-opaque. I have never used this brand. These were gifted to me by my sister who's moving, as I said previously. So, cute colors. Can't wait to see how they behave on paper. Maybe we could mix them later to see what range we can get. And another acrylic ink, it's this one, the Liquitex acrylic ink in cadmium yellow light hue. I already have a couple of these inks. I like them a lot. I have a yellow ink, but it's not the same. I think the one that I have is a bit darker than this, so it's gonna be good to have this one as well. So I have like a bigger range. Then I have some acrylic paints that I have never tried. These are the Galeria series from Winsor and Newton. So I have a lot of different colors. I think I have pretty much like the primary colors right here. I also have a white, yellow ochre, raw umber, and phthalo green. I think that this is a very good range. I have never tried this brand, as I said, so I think it's going to be very interesting to try them out. Now we have a couple of watercolor pencils. These are all from the brand Derwent. This one I bought the last time I went to an art store, and these ones were gifted to me by my sister. So we have a antique white, we have deep cadmium, terracotta, we have jade green, and sky blue. I think that these four, I can see myself using them quite often. This third one, the jade green, I'm not so sure, but we'll see once we swatch it what it looks like. Then we have two jelly rolls from the brand Sakura. I have the 5 and the 8 sizes. So the 5 is smaller than the 8. I find these pens to be very helpful to create small little details in my paintings, especially with my current project where I paint an abstract painting, and I use these pens to create some lines, some dots, some mark makings. I got two because I already had one. I had the 8 already, and I thought maybe it was old and it didn't work too well. So I got new ones. I got different sizes just to try the differences. And I think that the old one that I have, yes, it was old, but it still was working fine. Now I have two more. The reason why I bought these two, this white and this one that I'm going to show you, the Faber Castell Pitt Artist Pen Bullet Nib in white, is that I wanted to try out some different options to do my mark making in my paintings. I did not know which would be the best, so I did some tests, and turns out that the jelly rolls that I was using at first, they're still the best option. This one is not opaque enough to draw on top of a watercolor, so I'm going to use it, but in a different way. These ones, well, I knew these ones already, and this one, it's the one that, how do I say this? I find myself being confused about this one because it's not very opaque. So when I try to draw on top of something with this, we almost don't see the white. So I'm wondering, maybe it's because it's a China ink. I don't really know inks, so maybe this is a type of ink that is not very opaque. But if it's not opaque, what's the use of this pen? Because it's white, so it won't show on a white paper, and if the paper is dark, well, it's not necessarily opaque enough to show that much. So I'm confused. If you have any ideas on how I can use this pen, please tell me. But I got another Faber Castell Pitt Artist pen. These back ones I use a lot, and I bought a thicker size. It's a 0.7, so it's a lot thicker than the ones that I have. I thought it would be fun to draw in my sketchbook with it, to draw bigger lines, do a bit more shading. So that's why I got it. Another reason why I hoped that this white one would do the job is that it's waterproof, it's light fast, it's acid free. So on paper, it's like the perfect pen, but it's not opaque. Very confused. Oh yeah, I got this one too. I forgot when I showed you the yellow one. I have a white one too, titanium white, which is one that I already had and that I use a lot in my paintings already. So I'm glad I have another one, because the other one that I have is running quite low. I've been using it a lot to create the textural elements in my abstract painting. So I have another one, and this one looks like it's more liquidy. So maybe I'm gonna switch to this one right now, because the other one tends to like the pigment tend to form a paste. Now we have two Daniel Smith paints. very exciting. I have the buff titanium and the potter's pink. This one I got because I've been using the buff titanium from Van Gogh in my abstract paintings a lot, and the tube is almost finished. So I decided that I would try the Daniel Smith version because I saw some good reviews and I kind of wanted an upgrade. The difference is that this one is a lot more yellow than the one that I used before, so we'll see. I think I like it, but I don't know if it's gonna replace my Van Gogh one. Maybe I have the two. And the potter's pink because I saw it so many times in, I think, Natasha Newton's videos and maybe some other artists as well, but I saw it so many times. It was on my list. I was at the art store and I kind of hesitated buying it. I thought maybe I could wait a little bit more before buying it because it's quite expensive. It's a series number 3, so I think it's 23 Canadian dollars. This one, and this one it's about 18, so it's quite expensive, but I figured I'm gonna buy it anyways. Like, if not now, I'm gonna buy it in like a month. So why not buy it now? Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Okay, let me open this first and then I'm gonna explain. Okay, so as you've seen, this is a package from Jackson's Art, which is an art store based in the UK. It's my first time ordering from there. And the reason why I did was that I was looking for some specific paint tubes that my store did not have, or at least they did not have all of them. So I ordered on Jackson's because I saw that they had them, and I follow a lot of UK-based artists and they are always ordering from Jackson's. So I kind of was swayed a little bit. I have to tell you that I have a link in my description that if you use it to order on this website, I'm gonna get a small commission. It's like nothing's gonna change for you. You're not gonna pay anything more. It's just that they're gonna give me a small percentage. I have no idea how much they give me. I just know that after a while, if I have enough credits, then I can order on their site. So, oh my God. I got a bunch of paints from Schmincke. It's the Horadam Super Granulation paints. I have so many. So my reasoning is that since I'm working on a big abstract watercolor painting, I found that the way to create the most texture is to use granulating paints, of course. And I saw that Schmincke had these sets of super granulating paints, which were so beautiful. So I was eyeing them for a while. Well, before even starting this project, I thought that these colors were so amazing. They were kind of on my wish list in my head. I thought that I would get a set when I could, or when I had the budget, because they're quite expensive as well. These were $18 each. And I got 7? Yes, I got 7. So when I got the idea of working on a big abstract watercolor painting, and in this project, texture and granulation was essential, then I thought that I could look into these paints a bit more seriously. But the thing is that their sets, they contain 5 paints, and in each set there was like 1 or 2 paints that I thought were amazing, so beautiful, but the rest, they were okay, but I did not see myself using them that much in this project and in life, really. So I thought that maybe it was important to buy a set just for 2 colors when the rest I won't use, and the sets were quite expensive. But I saw that they were selling the individual tubes. So I went in the sets and I picked my favorites and I tried to see if I could get them individually. and for the most part I could. So I'm super excited about these. There was only one paint, the Haze Pink or something like that. It's from the Haze set. I don't think they sell these paints individually from this set. So that I'm very sad about, because the Haze Pink, it's like the dreamiest color. But maybe, well, I'm gonna try to remember about this paint and see if maybe at some point they start selling it individually, because I want it. Let me show them to you. I'm gonna try to place them in an order that makes sense. Okay, so for this project that I have, I'm creating, as I said many times, a big painting. The goal is to choose relaxing colors because this painting is going to go in my bedroom. So I want it to be peaceful and relaxing. So this is why I stayed in the purples, the blues, and the greens, because I find these colors super relaxing. Oh yes, these three, they come from the same set, the Tundra set. So we have the Tundra Rose, Tundra Violet, and the Tundra Blue. I think they come from different sets. We have the Deep Sea Violet. I think it's from the Deep Sea set. We have the Forest Blue, and it looks quite green. I think I was also looking at the Forest Green from this set, but I ended up picking this one. Maybe it's like a bluish green. That's why they call it Forest Blue. We have Desert Green, which I don't know if you can see. Well, I think yes. It seems like the color is separating and you can see some brown in it, some different shades of green. So this one, I can't wait to swatch. And finally, we have the Shire Blue, which is a shout out to Natasha Newton because she's using this one a lot. Well, I've heard her talk about it so much. And you can also see the color separation in here. So can't wait to swatch these. So we're gonna have a little swatching party after this with all of my new paints and other supplies as well. This is gonna be it for this first part. I think that this is going to be long enough, but the next video I'm gonna release will be the swatches of all of these new art supplies that I got. And in the meantime, please tell me all your advice if you have any on how I can create the most textures in my watercolors. Do I need to add a different medium? I don't know. Just tell me. So yes, this is the big haul that we have. There's even more stuff. There you go. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you many different ideas on what to get next time. And I'll see you next time for part 2, which is going to be the swatching party. All right, see you soon. Bye.